All right, welcome back to the channel. So it seems that Tyson Fury may be pulling out of the Deontay Wilder fight, this time over a sick child. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So before I get into the subject matter of the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you would not mind, or if you've not already subscribed to the channel. Also share the video, like the video. It goes a long way towards helping the channel grow, and I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, so this video, I'm kind of split. I'm of two minds in this particular circumstance. Tyson Fury has some family issues related to a newborn child that is not doing well. And as a result, his father, John Fury, says that if the child does not start doing better, that Tyson Fury will put family first and will pull out of the fight with Deontay Wilder. Now, I listened to this interview that he took place, and shout out to the watcher for sending me the interview. And I really got to tell you, I greatly appreciate anybody that sends me to my email different news articles and things that they see, because I'll do a video on it. And I definitely, if I do the video on it, I give you your credit. So shout out to the watcher for putting me down on this information. The interview was with John Fury, and it was a mixture of, you know, I want to feel sorry for you, but on the other hand, no, I don't believe that these guys would feel sorry for Deontay Wilder if the shoe was on the other foot at all. In fact, the shoe was on the other foot for Deontay Wilder with the sick child. And I don't hear a whole lot of people having sympathy for what he has to go through, you know, as a father of a child that was sick, that he had to, you know, had to seriously worry about. But so in this scenario, you have Tyson Fury, who has already pulled out of the fight one time, and basically said that he had COVID, but he got caught in a lie about COVID. And specifically, he got caught in a lie by saying that he had been quarantined like two to three days longer than they had, than the doctors had suggested that he be quarantined. And so then he winds up being able to go back to the UK, and then when he gets back to the UK, it just so happens that his wife is giving birth, right? Just a little bit too convenient. So this is a case of, you know, the boy that cried wolf, and this would be the third time that Tyson Fury would have pulled out of the fight with Deontay Wilder. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm being cruel, because I understand where John Fury is coming from, where John Fury is saying that, look, if you have a problem with your child, nobody is going to say or have an issue with you holding off a fight. Right now, in normal circumstances, I would say that you're right. In normal circumstances, people would say, yeah, you're having a problem with your child. We understand that, go take care of that, and then we'll get around to the fight when all that's better. But this is not a normal circumstance. This is a circumstance where Tyson Fury is involved in it, and he's got a court order to make that fight. And if he doesn't make that fight by a certain date, then he's going to be sued by Deontay Wilder. And on top of it, you also have Eddie Hearn, who was out there saying that he wants to get Tyson Fury stripped from the WBC title and have Dillian White named the champion. So you've got people coming at Tyson Fury in all kind of different ways over this. My personal opinion is that Tyson Fury should probably get stripped of the title if he can't fight. I mean, I understand that Tyson Fury's daughter is sick, and that is nothing that I would wish, on anybody. And I'm telling you, I'm not talking bad about Tyson Fury in this situation, because I understand that is something that could happen to anybody, and that is just a situation that any parent, I've got two children myself, I would never want to have is to have a sick child. I had a sick child a child had to go into surgery, and just to see her, on a hospital bed with different things, like she had like tubes going down in her mouth, going down her throat. and all kind of, different things to keep track of her heartbeat. And it was just a very, very hard situation to be in. So I understand where, the necessity for Tyson Fury to take care of his family. However, what John Fury was saying is completely out of whack, where John Fury went off and saying, look, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else has got to wait on you and and follow your lead. So if it so happens that you can't do the fight, then, that's just what it is, Tyson. You don't do the fight, and they're going to have to wait on it. That's just not the case because of the situation where Tyson Fury has already delayed this fight with Deontay Wilder 2 times. The first time when he was claiming that the contract had expired and wanted to get out of the contract altogether. That was the first time, and they had to go through all kind of legal proceedings in order to force the fight. And then the second time, of course, is when he says that he has falsely, in my opinion, falsely says he has COVID. So you've got strike 1, strike 2, and then you think that everybody's just going to wait around on him based off on, the fact that he says this child is sick. Now, I don't have any reason to doubt that his child is sick, but I will say that he's definitely advertising and putting out there that his child is sick. He put the picture of his child on the ventilator out on the internet. So it's just like, my mindset is like, why would you do that? Why would you start showing the pictures unless you are trying to get people's head around and get sympathy for the fact that you're going to pull out of the fight? Now, because there's one thing to have the actual problem with your child, and I understand that, but then to actually go out and advertise it and then start talking about in interviews how that could be a reason for you to pull out of the Deontay Wilder fight, that seems like, you're just taking advantage of a bad situation. Like, it makes me feel creepy to even say that you trying to take advantage of a bad situation, or use a bad situation to do something that you wanted to do anyway, because Tyson Fury has been said that he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. So, it's like I said, this is just a very, very tough situation because, I feel sorry for his Tyson Fury's wife, Tyson Fury's daughter, who they said has died for 3 minutes, or I guess the heart stopped for 3 minutes. And he said that he was going to pull out of the fight if the child did not continue to do better. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, if the child is in that dire a situation, what's the likelihood of the child doing, doing fully well within the next month and a half? And my understanding is that Tyson Fury isn't even started training camp yet. So if this delays his training camp, then it could potentially try to delay the fight again. You have Deontay Wilder suing him. The whole thing is just a big old mess that could have all been averted if Tyson Fury just would have fought Deontay Wilder the first time. But, it is what it is. Tyson Fury is who Tyson Fury is. This is my take on the matter. He's probably going to have to get stripped of that title. He'll probably get stripped of that title before he fights Deontay Wilder, get sued before he fights Deontay Wilder, and just fight that out through court. I'm starting to believe less and less that this fight is going to actually happen. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.